Hello, good morning. We can see the role of nurse in the care of elderly. Already covered almost all portions. So specialized nursing is there. That is the gerontology nursing. A gerontology nurse is a nursing specialist who works directly with the older adult to provide them with the specialized care and high quality of life. That's the gerontology nurse, the nurse who works with the old age person. He says having special practice or special education in caring the old age person. She is a specialist who will help the elderly patients to recover from illness or injury by providing practical care and developing patient care plans. The purposes of geriatric nursing include to provide peaceful death, to make their lifestyle less restrictive, to enhance the quality of life for aged persons through the promotion of health, to support the maximum level of independence, to provide opportunity for continuous development throughout the lifespan. About the scope of geriatric nursing, geriatric nursing within the institutions provide acute, subacute and long-term care. As evident, the aged population continues to rise, so there is need for specialized care. This is the population group who require the use of greatest amount of health services. That's the scope of the geriatric nursing. Now you can see about the principles of gerontological nursing. Aging is a natural process common to all living organisms. Second principle, various factors influence aging process. Yes, the unique data and knowledge are used in applying the nursing process to the older populations. The elderly share similar self-care and human needs with all other human beings. Gerontological nursing strives to help older adults to achieve optimum level of physical, psychological, social, spiritual health so that they can achieve wholeness in their life. These all are the principles of gerontological nursing. Now we can see about the role of nursing care of elderly. Nurses, all there are different roles. So there are many roles. That's a healer role, caregiver role, educator role, advocate role, and innovator role. A healer role. The nursing that plays a significant role in helping the individuals stay well, overcome or cope with the disease, restore the function and restore the functions and purpose. They should have a purpose in life and mobilize internal and external resources properly. That's the role of the nurse, healer role. Significant role in helping the individuals to stay well. In this role, the gerontological nurse recognizes that most human beings, they value health. Also, they are an active participants in their healthcare maintenance and in their illness management. And they wish to have a wholeness or harmony in their care and in their health environment. So in the healer role, the nurse needs a holistic approach. Needs a holistic approach. That means you must view the person as a whole, consider his psychological, physiological, social, intellectual, spiritual aspects and care the person. That's the healer role of the nurse. Next is caregiver role. conscious use of the application of the nursing process in the care of the older people. That's the caregiver role. Provide direct care for the persons. Active participation in the older adult care. So the nurse has to take a significant role. Among the roles, the important is the caregiver role. Directly the nurse is providing care for the older person. That is the highest level of care the nurse is providing for the person, or helping the person to in his self-care activities. Providing care that is efficiency and that's the best interest that rob them of their existing independence. So direct care provider, then assisting the patient in meeting his day-to-day activities. This all comes under the caregiver role. Next, educator role. Formal and informal opportunities to share the knowledge, skill-related experiences, and skilling means techniques of self-care. This all she can educate. Formal education and informal education. That the nurse must utilize all the opportunities. Educating, including normal aging, the pathological changes in aging, geriatric pharmacology, and how to take the medications, and the changes, psychological, social, and physical changes that occur for that particular age group. This all education she can give. The same way, a particular old age person is suffering from a disease condition, about that disease condition and how to tolerate with that disease condition, that also she can educate. For that, the nurse must need effective communication skills, the listening abilities, the interacting ability. She should able to clarify the doubts of the person. Then she should have the ability to validate and evaluate the patient's even the cues. These all are some special ability the nurse to have in order to provide education for the patient. That's about the educator role. Next, advocate role. Advocacy including aiding older adults in asserting their rights and obtaining required services, facilitating a community or other group effort to affect change and achieve benefits for older adults. That's advocacy role. Also, she is acting as an advocate between other health professionals and the patient. That about advocacy role. Then innovator assumes an inquisitive style, making conscious decisions and efforts to experiment for an end result to improved gerontological practices. Other roles include in-service educator or a staff developer. And the nurses must have a degree, master's degree in this particular field. And nurse must provide in-service education for the other staff members. Next role is gerontology clinical nurse specialist. Also hold the master's degree and specialized as a clinical nurse specialist. Next role is a case manager role. Highly expert nurse are needed to assist in the management of specific problems, especially in dialysis unit. That particular cases the nurse is managing. Another is geriatric nurse practitioner. Another role is home care case management nurse. Another role is counselor role. Another one is health educator role. Another is director of nursing servicing old age health. Next to another telephone advice nurse role, certified rehabilitation nurse role, then administrator role. There are many roles for the nurses. Now we can move to role of nurse based on the responsibilities in the care of elderly in different settings. In that acute care setting, we can see her responsibilities are collect history, perform physical assessment, give proper explanation to patient about care aspects, work closely with the patient family and other healthcare providers, foster elderly patients' independence, meet all the basic needs of the person, provide medication and treatment, take care in any emergency, initiate discharge planning, coordinate referral to community agencies, serve as a patient advocate, inform doctor about patient condition. These all are some responsibilities of nurse in acute care setting. Now in a long-term care setting, we can see the responsibilities almost is same. Collect history, physical examination, involve family and other members in planning and implementing the care, promote an atmosphere of quality living, ensure that patient receives quality care in all aspects of health, meet all basic needs of the patient, provide medication and treatment for the patient, take care in any emergency, then health education to the patient and family, serve as a patient advocate, then inform doctor about the patient condition. These are her roles in a responsibilities in a long-term care. Now comes the community care. In community, nurses' responsibilities include identify health, social and economic needs, refer elderly person to professional and agency, any agency, best to meet the need of the person, give proper explanation to patient about all care aspects, evaluate the complaints with the response to treatment, visit home and clinic for health promotion, health education to patient and family, serve as patient advocate, then evaluate the complaints with the response to treatment and inform the physician if needed. These all are community care of the nurse, the responsibilities of a nurse. So again, there are ANA standards of geriatric nursing practice. Nursing care is there. ANA standards. That is standard one, that's about the assessment. Gerontological nurse collect patient health data. Standard 2, that is of diagnosis. The gerontological nurse analyze the assessment data in determining diagnosis. Standard 3 about outcome identification. The gerontological nurse identifies expected outcome individualized to the older adult. Standard 4 planning develops a plan of care that prescribes interventions to attain outcome. Standard 5 implementations, that is implements the interventions identified in the plan of care. Standard 6, that evaluates the older adult progress towards attainment of expected outcomes. Anyway, the ANA standards, that's based on the nursing process. Then again one more standard is there, standard of geriatric nursing practice, the quality of care. That is standard 1, quality of care. The gerontological nurse systematically evaluate the quality of care and effectiveness of nursing practice. Standard 2, performance appraisal. The gerontological nurse evaluates his or her own nursing practice in relation to professional practice standard and relevant statutes and regulations. Now about the standard 3, education. The gerontological nurse acquires and maintain current knowledge in nursing practice. Standard 4, collegiality. The contributes to the professional development of peers, colleagues and others. Standard 5, ethics. Decisions and actions on behalf of older adult are determined in an ethical manner. Standard 6, collaboration. Collaborate with the older adult caregiver and all members of interdisciplinary team to provide comprehensive care. Standard 7, research. Interpret, applies and evaluates research finding to improve gerontological nursing practice. Standard 8 resource utilization considers the factors related to safety, effectiveness and cost in planning and delivering patient care. This is all about the standards of nursing care. So here we discussed about the care of role of the nurse in caring elderly. Now we can move to the role of the nurse in the caregivers of elderly. Role of the nurse in the caregivers of or care of the caregivers of elderly. Role of the nurse in the care of caregivers of elderly. Caregiver, that's an care. Who is the caregiver? That's an individual who provide ongoing care and assistance in need of support due to physical, cognitive or mental health conditions. The person who provides care is a caregiver. For an old age case, the person caring the old age person is the caregiver. The caregivers are hidden patients need of protection from physical and emotional harm. So, caregivers, they are hidden patients in need of protection from physical and emotional harm. Then prolonged period of caregiving contribute to stress and burnout. These all are some concepts about the caregivers. Now, we can see the role of nurse for caregivers of elderly. The nurse's role involves caregiver assessment, providing information, then linking caregivers to some resources, interventions to reduce burden and distress, interventions to improve the competence and confidence, and potential for harm. These all are the responsibilities or role of the nurse. Now first we can say the first role, that's caregiver assessment. The nurse's role is very important in this. You are assessing the patient, we are providing care for the patient. The same way we have to assess the caregiver. Identify the caregiver, assess the caregiver's roles and relations to the patient. Identify the needs of the caregiver. Include a caregiver in planning, discharge and providing care to the person at home. So also how to assess the needs of the caregiver. The physical, psychological, emotional, social and cultural, every needs of the caregiver, the nurse has to assess. The same way how to assess the caregiver is having any physical illness, that also the nurse's responsibility. And the hygienic practices of the caregiver, all round assessment nurse has to take about the caregiver. Next is providing information to the caregiver. Next role is providing information. Teach the caregiver along with the patient how to give proper information about the patient condition, how to take care of the patient, the steps of doing some procedures, everything, how to give information. Explain and provide information in a clear and understandable way. That's very important. Clarify their doubts. Caregiver may need assistance to learn physical and technical requirements of care. So you help them and teach them how to operate some machineries or how to give direct care. Then communicate effectively to develop cost-effective plans of care and achieve positive client outcomes. That's about providing information. Next role is linking caregivers to resources. Linking caregivers to resources. Supportive resources in their natural network as well as formal services, linking them to supportive network. Support groups are there in the community. This will help in sharing experiences and information, offering understanding and acceptance and suggesting solutions to common problems and concerns. So from the support groups, they may getting some support. That means they will be able to solve some problems. They can gain some suggestions. Also, they may getting some acceptance. Then linking them to the support groups. Then formal social support system provides housing, healthcare coverages, finances and respite care. So if we are giving a link, they can approach that particular social support system and gain some care aspects. Then respite care include adult day care, in-home care, assisted living services and all. These means we have to link the caregiver to this type of respite care services also. If the caregiver is going outside or like that, the caregiver can leave the old age person in that respite care, in home care or assisted living service like that. So provide a link. Then intervention to reduce burden and distress. So the caregiver is the person who is there with the patient always, and the patient's negative aspects, that means some irritations, agitations, anger, these all will affect the caregiver. So he may be in a distressed situation, he is suffering, having much stress. So the multi-component interventions how to provide, that means support groups, good education for the caregiver, counseling sessions we can provide for the caregiver, and in between how to visit the home, then enhance the social support. These all are interventions to reduce the distress of the caregiver. Then interventions to improve the competence and confidence of the caregiver. So the competence and confidence, that's very important. Some caregivers, they are afraid of providing particular care for the patient, or particular doing some particular procedures. Sometimes they don't know how to use some comfort devices and all. In that situations, teaches caregiver how to design and carry out plans that focus on medical and psychosocial problems of the patient, and how to handle the care aspect of the patient, teaching how to manage specific patient problems. Then some psychological situations there is, some physical situations there. So how to solve that particular problem, how to means that if you are teaching the caregiver about all these things, means that will help him to achieve confidence and competence. Then potential for harm. So there is potential for harm, risk for elder abuse is there. So counseling and support is very important. So there is chances for medication errors. So educate about all types of drugs and avoid chances of errors. Risk for elder abuse means this can be the physical abuse. If they are getting irritated or agitated, means there is chances. So problem solving skills and coping skill is very important. Then you can means educate the caregiver, and means can give reassurance for the caregiver, or how to listen the caregiver properly and give some psychological support for the caregiver to cope up with such situations. Yes. Now, this about the role of the nurse in the care of the caregivers. The caregivers can experience a syndrome that is called burnout syndrome due to psychological stress or physical this means physical exhaustion, or continuously they are looking after the patient, even they may not be able to sleep at night and all. So the caregiver is facing many problems, when physical, social, all problems, spiritual problems also. They may not be able to go to their religious ceremonies. They can't have some social means functions. They can't attend some social functions and all. So these all can create many problems for the caregiver. They are really frustrated. They are experiencing the stress. So the nurse's responsibility is to take care of the take care of the caregivers. Next, we can see about the role of the family or formal and informal caregivers in care of the elderly patients. There are two types of caregivers are there. Formal caregivers are there, informal caregivers are there. Now think about the formal caregivers. Formal caregivers are paid caregivers providing care to the person. They are all of them formal caregivers. Paid caregivers are called formal caregivers. It refers to a range of home care and community support services provided to older persons by a mix of providers, including the nurses are included, the personal support workers are included, occupational therapist, then physiotherapist, dietitian, community supportive services. These all included in the formal caregiver. Under the formal caregiver, the person who is coming to the patient home and providing care for the patient. For a bedridden patient, we need a group of persons. They have to provide care for the patient. A nurse is needed, a physiotherapist is needed, a nutritionist is needed. So that's all. They all are paid caregivers. The formal caregivers are located in the home of the patient if it makes sense to give home care for the patient. So some may come and go. That way they are providing care. Some they are from the some institutions. Some former caregivers are coming and they are providing care for the patient. Then about the informal caregivers. Informal caregivers. Caregivers are providers without receiving money, that include family, friends, family members and all. Providing care for the patient without receiving the money. Relatives, friends, family members, they all included in informal caregivers. It refers to a range of emotional and instrumental support provided by social network, neighbors, friends and family members. In means that's a care from they are not paid, but they are providing care for the patient directly or indirectly. Informal caregivers needs training in doing certain functions such as administering medications, even some injections, lifting and turning and moving the patient and that's very important. Others will provide, the nurse has to provide education for the informal caregivers. Now we can see the role of the caregiver, formal or informal, whatever it may be. Especially the family member, the role you can see. Advisor role is there, consultant role is there, teacher role is there, sponsor role is there, organizer role is there, coordinator role is there. So these all are some roles of the caregivers. Advisor role, giving some advices. Say there are, if there is some doubts about the caring aspect, must giving advices. If noticing something abnormal, then giving advices. Then a consultant role. For the neighbors or family members, we are consulting about the care of the patient. Suppose a person is having some bed sore, how to take care of that bed sore. The family members are consulting with the caregivers from the formal caregiver or informal caregiver having the same role, the consultant role. Now the teacher role, formal and both formal and informal caregiver having the teacher role. They may provide some informations, teaching how to provide medications, what are the consequences of medications, how to give injections, how to turn the patient, lift the patient, how to mobilize the patient, how to take care of the bowel and bladder means pattern of the patient. These all education in general total care, about the total care of the patient, the formal or informal caregiver can give some suggestions or can give teaching. Then the sponsor role, next one is sponsor role. Some may be sponsoring that old age persons, economic support they are giving, that's the sponsor role. Then organizer role or coordinator role, that's in a caregiving situations and all. The organizer role is there, who is coordinating everything and organizing care for the patient. That's the organizer role of the caregiver. Now responsibilities of the caregiver we can see: maintain a safe and clean, healthful environment for the patient. Care, that's the main responsibility. Provide a hygienic environment for care or for the patient. Then care of the patient welfare socially, intellectually, spiritually, physically and emotionally. That is provide see the welfare of the patient, see all the aspects of the care and provide holistic care for the patient. Then guide and assist the patients their personal hygiene. How to meet the personal hygiene? Sometimes the patient need only assistance. That team assist the patient in meeting their personal hygienic needs, daily bath, mouth care and all can provide. Then prepare meals and direct patient for meals. Menu planning is very important. According to the need of the patient, you have to plan the menu and prepare the meals and serve the meals, or how to give meals to the provide diet for the patient. According to the condition can be a tube feeding or can be means with the help of a spoon, patient may be taking that, or whatever it may be, it's the caregiver's responsibility. Then medicine preparation and administration is another responsibility. How to take, provide appropriate medication at the proper time. Then inform when rehabilitation is needed. That's another role. Then caregiver must be good listener. That's very important. The psychological aspect of the patient is important. That's why they may have many complaints. They may have some ill feelings, some irritations, agitations, anger, whatever it may be. The caregiver should be a good listener. That is the responsibility of the caregiver. This about the role of the caregivers. That means informal and formal caregivers, and the role of the family members in care of old age persons. Thank you.